So the solution overview, like what are we trying to do? It ultimately comes down to these four things: observable, explainable, auditable, and accountable. And I won't, beat this. I won't focus too much on this slide. That's ultimately what the platform delivers. So how we do that is, if we want to get technical for a second here, we have this embedded semantic layer and knowledge catalog, and you can kind of see a picture here. You see on the screen what we call our memory catalog. I think that will feature in the demo at some point, Peter. Correct me if I'm wrong. But the ability for you to give the AI access to all the knowledge, to give it memories, to give it instructions. When people use these terms, you translate that to this type of response. We have 8 customers. The 8 customers maybe use different terminology to refer to the same field. So all 8 of these different things really mean this one data point, all of that sort of stuff. We'll lower the inaccuracy of your agents and increase the applicability to what your customers are asking. Another really important thing is this idea of composable design. So really good data is almost like a Lego kit. And you can take the Lego kit, and of course you can use what we've built with it. Like my son and I build Legos all the time, and we mostly build what's in the instructions. And then we tear it apart and we rebuild it into something that fits our vision for what it should be. And that's how good data is too. We have a pre-configured environment for you. You can use it as is, but what our best customers do is, yes, they use that, but they also take the Lego pieces and they integrate it with their models, their APIs, their regulatory workflows, and integrate it into their front end so that it's not a BI tool. It's really kind of like the agentic powerhouse of your applications. We also have a deterministic query engine. So we're not asking the LLM to create and execute all the queries. We're really using the LLMs and the agents for the interpretation of what should happen, the evaluations, the planning, and then we hand everything off when it comes time to pull a number. We hand everything off to a query engine that cannot hallucinate. Like it's not possible. It's a classic SQL query engine that gets an accurate answer 100% of the time. And then finally, accountability. You can go in and see, why did the models do what they do? Why did the agents do what they do? To give you that defensibility that we talked about earlier in the presentation. So I want to get into the use cases and the demo now. We've gone through that pretty quick, but I think that was all necessary preamble to understand what we're going to look at. Anything you guys want to add?
Yeah, Ryan, actually, if you wouldn't mind, if you go back to the previous slide, I just want to touch on that because I think this is a very, very important part of the use cases that we work on and the actual productionalization of this AI. Because I think, we talk about the risk associated with doing this for fintech, and that the way that you prevent that risk is through these things. So being observable, explainable, audible, and accountable. You know, it's maybe not the most important part of the project, but it's pretty close. Like without all of these things, you don't know what the AI is doing. You don't know if it's giving correct responses. We put guardrails in place to prevent hallucinations, but this is what helps you and your organization get through the governance and the compliance that you need to put these into production, and then have the confidence going forward that the AI is doing what it needs to do, and not these other things that expose your organization and create risk. So it's not the fun part of the project, but it's really the necessary part to get to the end state and achieve the goals that you're looking for.